With regards to that spread, the focus of late has been on the behavior of young people, late teens to mid-20s. The need to socialize with friends and in crowds often overrules following medical recommendations. As Scott Brasdell learned, for a behavioral change to occur, a serious conversation has to take place.
In the blame game, you're saying, Brennan, your demographic is responsible for all this.
No, that's going to put up immediately a wall of defense.
One of the current focuses of pandemic evaluation is now on young people, their behavior, their actions. And with COVID-19 numbers rising in many areas, or with the lines flattening but not declining, 22-year-old Brennan Higginbotham says a conversation needs to be had.
We have to be open-minded and receiving of it and think, hey, maybe these older people do know something about what they're talking about.
But how do you have that conversation? Not with a lecture, says clinical psychologist Dr. Amy Cavanaugh.
Instead of approaching it as like you should social distance or you should not go out with your friends, I think you have to acknowledge, hey, I get this is frustrating for you, this makes you sad, you can't be with people. Now, how can we go about making this better for you?
Cavanaugh adds, empowerment is the key to getting young people to take that extra step in pandemic protection. Make the solution theirs. Get their buy-in.
It is hard, but I think young people are also very creative, and they can come up with some other solutions. They're also a lot more technologically savvy than we are, and they're much more adept at texting and social media and Zoom calling.
Dr. Darren Struther concurs, adding that when we talk with young people about the need to change behavior, don't do what we've always done.
So we say things like, hey, be safe, or hey, make good decisions. And it's too vague to carry any real value.
Real specifics, details of risk. That's what has to be said, says Struther.
We explain to them that, hey, look, there's this spectrum of risk. And within that spectrum, we're going to have to respond differently. And so what we need to do is understand the conditions that would increase risk and what we should do when we meet those conditions.
Selflessness has to come into play, concludes our 22-year-old, thinking about masks and social distancing, thinking about the other guy.
Because it's not happening to me, it's not happening to my family. We don't want it to be happening to you or happening to your family, but we have to be smart in order to prevent that.
In Lafayette, Scott Brasdell, KATC TV3.